Let's do Pilates and strength. Welcome to today's Pilates and strength class. We're going to bring a little bit more equipment than usual. We're going to bring some ankle weights if you're interested, and then also two different sets of weights, something that is a hand weight kind of a style, so like a 2, 3, or 5, and then something that's a little bit heavier because we're going to get into some more arm work at the end of the session, so something that you can use more for biceps and shoulders, and then also your tricep weight. So maybe you want 3 sets, up to you. I'm just gonna bring 2. We're gonna start today on our backs. So once you lay down on your back, I want you to root to the back of the head. We're gonna take the legs out long and taking the hands into our sides to start. From here, you might have a little bit of space in the lower back, because our legs are out long. Once we start to bend our knees or lift the legs up at all, then we're gonna have a nice flat spine on the mat. And then we're using our Pilates breath today, so that means breathing in through the nose and out through pursed lips, just like this. So try and do that as best you can throughout our session. Now you start to actively hold your abdominals nice and tight. Suck everything in the back of the spine and up into the rib cage, and then keeping all your abdominals as engaged as you can by pulling rib cage down towards the hips. You're going to really feel the flex of your abdominals when you do that. Alright, we're going to take a big breath in through our nose to reach the arms all the way overhead, stretching the body long, and then exhale to bend the elbows, taking the hands behind the head. We'll take one more inhale to prepare. Open up those elbows wide, press the shoulders down. As we exhale, we're going to pull the left knee into the chest, and then sit the head, neck, and shoulders up. Cross the right elbow to the left knee. Inhale, open that right elbow up wide. Extend the left leg, root it, and root the head. Exhale, sit up again. Sit up through the center, then twist the body over. Breathing in through the nose, nice and slowly, rooting the head, rooting the left foot. And exhale, sit up, twist. Beautiful work. Inhale to lengthen out long, using that whole inhale. Exhale, sitting up, twisting, crossing the body over, pressing elbow to knee. One more like this. Breathe in and lengthen. And then exhale, sit up and twist it. On your next inhale, lengthen everything out long. And start to bend the left knee, put the right knee, put the sole foot on the mat. Breathing in from here. And exhale, same thing, sitting up, twisting, but then this time we're going to take an inhale, extend the left leg long to a hover as we root the back of the head. Again. Press elbow into knee. We have 3 more. Inhale. And exhale, sit up, twist. Final 2. Really following your breath pace. Twisting the body a little bit more, and this is your last one. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, sitting up, twisting, crossing over through the center. Take an inhale, extend the left leg to a hover, root the back of the head. Final variation. We're gonna pick up that right foot, take the right leg to a 90-degree angle, just like this. Breathing in from here. Exhale, pull it in, sit up, twist, cross it over, left knee pulls in further than the right. Inhale, lengthen, we have right knee stacked over hip, right shin parallel to the mat. Try and keep that leg as still as you possibly can. You have 3 left. Keeping the engagement of the core. Final 2. Sit up a little bit higher, twist and cross a little bit more. We have 1 more. Exhale, this is it, last one. Beautiful work. Inhale for length 1 time. And then exhale, we're going to bend both knees, place the feet down onto the floor. Before we take that over to the other side, we're going to grab onto some lighter weights and then place them into our hands on either side. So these are going to be the lightest weights that you have with you. If you have 2s, 3s, maybe 5, something like that. I want you to take those weights up overhead, stacking your wrists over your shoulders, and then we're going to bend those knees and take the toes up towards the sky. Beautiful. From here, we take an inhale to extend the right arm and the left leg. We take an exhale to bring it back through the center and then sit all the way up. Opposite side. Inhale, left arm pulls over, right leg drops to hover. As you exhale, press the back down and then sit all the way up. Keep looking up to the long crown. Other side, inhale, right arm, left leg. Palm is facing up the whole time. When you exhale, I want you to press the core down into the mat, press the back down into the mat, and then lift the shoulder blades up nice and high. This is number 2 on the left arm, right leg. Nice and slow to come up. So we don't want to rush the way up. Sitting up, looking up, reaching the legs up towards the sky. Inhale, right arm, left leg. You decide how low you drop the arm and the leg. If the lower back starts to peel up, then I want you to not drop the leg so far. Alright, you can even bring it down to a 45 if you would like to. Breathing in to lengthen. We have a micro bend in the elbows. So we're not locking out the elbow joints. I want 2 more on either side. Breathe in, reach out the fingers, reach out the toe. Don't rush the way up. So I'm going to pull that belly back and up on your way up and press the back down into the mat. So just picture the whole midsection pressing firmly down into the mat as you bring it back up. All right, this is it. We're there. We have 1 more on either side. Stay with me the whole time if you can. Just don't drop the arm and leg so low if you are losing your form. Here we go. This is it. Last one. And again, remember these weights are just optional. You don't have to use the weights if you don't want to. Sit it all the way up. Beautiful, both arms, both legs all together. Inhale, the legs drop down, the arms reach overhead. Press that midsection down, sitting all the way up, reaching towards the toes. If you need to modify, inhale, just come to a 45 with the arms and the legs, and then exhale to bring it back. You can skip the sit-up if you would like to, or you can stay with me. We have 3 more of these. You could also stay with alternating arms and legs if you like that variation better. Final 2. Then we get to drop these weights and take our twisting over towards the other side. And this is the last one. See how low you can go on this last one. See how high you can sit up, and then slowly come down. Let's bend the knees into the chest. Place those weights off to the side, and again, we're going to take the legs out long to twist over on the other side. All right, let's do this. Breathe in the nose, out the mouth. All right, other side, we're going to work with the right leg and the left elbow. 1 inhale for length. The exhale pulls the right knee in, you twist and cross over with that left elbow. On your inhale, you lengthen. It's okay here if the lower back is peeled up a little bit. And then exhale, I want you to press it down as you sit up and twist. Breathe in. Breathe out. Couple more. Don't skip the press in the middle. That's such a good part of the exercise to really work those deepest core muscles. All right, this is it. We have 1 more big inhale for length. Exhale, sit up, twist. Take an inhale for length. And this time bend the left knee, place the sole of the foot onto the mat. Exhale, sit up, twist, crossover, press. Inhale, lengthen the right leg to a hover. Exhale, come and keep the chin away from the chest. I don't want you crunching that chin all the way in towards your collarbone. Try and focus on keeping the length through the crown and enough space between your chin and your collarbone collarbone that you could fit a small piece of fruit like an apple or an orange or something like that. All right, we're almost there. Great work. I want one inhale for length. Last one. Exhale, cross it over. Take an inhale for length. And then bring that left foot up off the mat. Left leg comes to a 90-degree angle. Exhale, bring the right knee in, cross over. On your inhale, open that left elbow up through the head. Watch that left knee doesn't creep in towards your chest. You can see with any previous variation if it's getting too hard, but we only have a couple more here. And this is it, this is our last and final one. Take an inhale, final lengthen. Exhale, both feet meet down on the floor, knees are bent, bring them in towards your chest. We're gonna rock ourselves up to a seated position, and then we don't need any weights for this next little bit, so we're gonna place those weights up off to the side. We're gonna tuck that bottom knee under, tuck the toe, top hand. I want you to get a lot of stability in this top hand, but we're gonna be putting a lot of weight into it, so don't dump the weight into the shoulder. Press out at the shoulder, slight little bend in the elbow, gripping the mat a lot. We're going to grip down with that bottom foot because we're going to be placing a lot of weight into that bottom foot. Top arm reaches all the way over, heads are in one long line. Watch you don't sink the hips back, press the hips forward. The whole body is open towards the long edge of the mat. Enough talking, let's get going. Inhale, open up nice and long. Exhale, lift up that bottom knee. Bring the hand down, tap the elbow to the knee. Inhale, open it up, wide open the chest up. Exhale, bring that knee up, hug into your core. Only 3 more. Slowly open up. Final 2. Bring your gaze down with you. Press into the hand, press into the stabilizing foot. And this is it, last one. Exhale, twist it under, cross it. Inhale, open it up wide. And then we're going to bring ourselves forward into a plank pose. 3-point plank. So extend that leg toward the back of the mat. The toe is tucked. Again, same stance with the hands, gripping the mat. Inhale here. Exhale, tiger curl. The knee pulls into the chest, lift the hips. Inhale, come down, tap the knee. Not for long. Exhale, lift it up, tiger curl. So as you inhale, the top of the inhale, just tap the knee. We're not placing any weight into the knee. Exhale, lift the hips, high pike up. 2 more. Lengthen out long. Exhale, knee to chin, crunch it under. 1 more, and we're gonna add on. All right, let's add on here. Take an inhale, root the knee, tuck the toe. Exhale, lift the back leg, squeeze the glute, keep the hips square. Inhale, come down, tuck the toe. Exhale, tiger curl. 4 more cycles like this. Follow your breath pace, take a big inhale. Exhale, keep the spine still, core tight. Inhale, tucking that toe, so hips stay square there. Exhale, bend, pike them up high, you can press the chest back. Last 3 cycles. Tuck the toe under when you root this knee. Exhale, keep that right hip down as you squeeze the right glutes. Inhale, we are getting so close. Exhale. Final 2. And this is it, this is your last and final cycle. Tucking that toe under. Exhale, tiger curl. Beautiful work. We're going to take 1 inhale, root through that knee. Exhale, lift up that back leg, come down onto your left forearm, right leg is lifted. And we take one inhale and one exhale. Watch not dipping and arching in that lower back. When you tighten that whole core up, again, pulling the rib cage down towards the hips. So we're doing a tiny little circle with this right toe. So see if you can circle around parallel. Now I don't want you looking down at your bottom thigh. I'm really looking up towards the sky. I want you to try and lengthen through the crown. So just a slight little tuck of that chin. We have 10 circles in one direction, and then we switch the direction, 10 little circles in the opposite direction. And this is for 7. This is for 6. Kneecap is pointing down. Final 4, 3, 2, last one, and tuck that toe under, come back up onto the hands, pike the knee in towards the chest, and then start to pulse the knee in towards your chest. This is 4, 5, look between the hands. This is your halfway, you have 10 more. This is 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Slowly bring everything down towards the mat, and we have to take this whole thing over to the other side. Alright, so let's do the same setup with the top leg, with the bottom leg, with the bottom hand, gripping the mat, taking that top arm overhead. Really get firm and stable on this bottom foot here. If you don't have grippy socks, bare feet is going to be what you're going to want to try and use. And then stacking the joints here so we're not here placing all our weight and then slipping out. One inhale. Exhale, curl it under, lift that bottom knee. Inhale, slowly root the bottom knee, open the chest up, squeeze the hips forward. Exhale, twist it under. 3 left. We have 2 more. I want you slowly bringing that bottom leg down. And then we have 1 more cycle after this. Before we flip ourselves back to plank, squeeze the bottom glute forward. Exhale, hug it under. Inhale, open it up. And then we flip ourselves over to that plank. 3-point back toe is tucked. 1 inhale, so wrists are stacked over the shoulders, back toe is tucked. Exhale, tiger curl, lift and pike the hips. Inhale, just tap the knee. Exhale, curl it up. Inhale, lengthen the gaze out long. And exhale, slight tuck at that chin. Pull the chest back. 2 more before we add our leg lift. 1 more before we add our leg lift. Alright, let's do this. Add that leg lift. Tucking the toe, rooting the knee, lifting up the leg, squeezing the glute. Keeping the spine still and straight. Inhale, tuck that toe under. Exhale, tiger curl. That's 1. 4 more. So bring the knee slightly back so it's stacked directly underneath the hip. Keep that left hip down. We're not opening the left hip up towards the long edge of the mat. That's 2 cycles. 3 left. So watch not opening this hip up. You want to just squeeze the glute. Keep the spine still and straight. Then we start to pike it up. Beautiful work. Tuck that toe, root the knee, come down onto the forearm, lift up this leg. Take 1 cycle of breath to set yourself up any way that you need to. Minding that you have rib cage down to core, or down to hips, sorry. Core really engaged. 10 tiny little circles around parallel. I keep the kneecap pointing down. That's halfway. 4, 3, 2. You're looking beyond the top of the mat, long crown. Other way. You have 10 tiny little circles here. Belly to spine, up to rib cage. This is 7, engage that whole back leg. 6 more. You're here for 5. You're here for 4, 3, 2, last one. Keep pointing that toe. Then we're gonna tuck it under, come up onto the hands, come into that tiger curl, lifting knee into chest and a little tiny pulses with the right knee. Keep breathing. This is your halfway right here. Heel up 10, 9, 8, press out of the hands. 5 more, 4, 3, 2, last one. Everything comes down to the mat. We're gonna lay all the way down onto our bellies. We are getting close. So I'm gonna lay all the way down onto your belly. We're not gonna use the weights quite yet, but I want you to take those arms out long and the legs out long. Look it down at your mat. One inhale. Exhale, lift up the right arm and the left leg. Inhale, bring it down. Exhale, opposite side. Squeeze the glute, lift the arm. The inhale brings us down. The exhale lifts us up. As you come down on an inhale, more length through finger and toe. As you lift up in an exhale, squeeze the glute. Keep the shoulders square to the top of the mat. Two more on either side. The nose is pointing down towards the mat. So I'm not lifting all the way up. I'm focusing on reaching through my crown and lengthening my spine as much as I can. This is the last one on either side. Both arms, both legs together. One inhale. Exhale, lift everything up. Don't look past the top of the mat. Inhale, we slowly come down. Exhale, we lift and squeeze, pressing the hips down, squeezing the glutes. Inhale, just 3 more. Lift up, lifting those thighs, lifting that chest. I want you to actively pull the shoulders, the shoulder blades down the back side of the body. As you lift up, pull the shoulders back and reach through the fingers. You're gonna really feel the back muscles engage when you do that. Let's finish this off. Take an inhale. We're gonna lift up one more time. On an exhale, stay lifted this time. Breathe in. Exhale, cactus the arms, reach them all the way back. Inhale, reach all the way up. Stay lifted. Exhale, pull it back. We get a tiny bit more height with the chest when you reach back. 3 more. Keep squeezing the glutes and lifting the thighs. Final 2. One more. On your inhale, reach out as far as you can, and then exhale, pull it all the way back. One more inhale for the weight. And then exhale, we'll bring you all the way down towards the mat. And you make the shoulders, press yourself all the way up. Alright, a little bit of arm work before we finish our session today. We're going to be seated. So I want you to grab onto your lighter weights. We're not going to be seated, but we're going to be down lower onto the mat. And then from here, I want you to bring your left leg forward, grab onto a weight that you would use for your triceps. You're going to use your forearm onto the top of your thigh for supports. Here, get that elbow nice and high, and kick back above the hip. So we're going to press and squeeze it back. We have 10 of these today. So this is number 4, keeping my elbow high and my shoulder down. This is number 5, reaching through that crown, not looking all the way up here. So nice long spine. This is your 6. the beginning of this session. This is your 8. Couple more. This is your last one. Beautiful, bring it all the way in. We're gonna place this weight down and then grab onto something that we would be using for biceps. All right, so this time we're gonna come more to a seated position. We're still working with the right arm. Tricep we need to use for your shoulders. I don't know why I said biceps. So we're gonna take those legs up nice and long. Feet are gonna go hip width apart. No sinking back here. Sitting up nice and tall, placing this weight just in front of your shoulder. So we're not opening it all the way up towards the side, just in front here. We're gonna press it over, hug, bring it back down. Press it all the way up, bring it back down, that's right. Here's 3, again we're here for 10. And here's 4, press all the way up, keep the elbow a little bit forward of that shoulder. 5 and halfway, keep sitting up nice and tall. Looking ahead, this is 6. Keep breathing, don't forget that breath. This is 7. Tight, tight, tight tummy. Here's your 8. Coming down nice and slow. Just 2 more. Beautiful, just 1 more. This is it, last one. Bring it all the way down. I'm going to take this over to the other side and then we're going to finish off with biceps. So again, wheeling ourselves forward, get that elbow nice and high, long crown and spine. Here's number 2 already. Keep the elbow high as you come in. This is 3, keep the elbow high. Here's 4, so the weight comes way higher than your hip. This is your 5 and you're halfway, so you want to be really hinged forward here. And this is 6, so we're not upright at all. Few more. 2 more, we're getting really close. This is it, last and final one. And then slowly bring it in. We're gonna come down to that seated position on the other side. Feet are about hip width apart or wider. Sit up tall, with that elbow forward of the shoulder. Press it all the way up. Slowly come down. 9 more. Look at string is pulling you. From your tail up through your spine, up through your crown. You have 7, keep flexing those abdominals, working nice and slow, keep breathing. We are so close, 5 more. Final 4. Bring the elbow away from the body as you come down. This is for 3. I'm not locking the elbow under the top. This is for 2. 1 more. Keep that weight centered. Do not lean over to one side and then the other. Alright, let's finish off our final movement of this session. Grabbing onto any weights that you're using for biceps. Doesn't matter if they're your tricep or your shoulder weight or something completely different. Coming onto the knees, facing the palms away from the body. Curl up and come down through the center. So palms face each other. Then we're gonna open them up nice and wide. Beautiful. Here's 3. Bring it down through the center. This is 4. So I'm not touching my shoulder on the way up. This is 5. I'm keeping the tension. I'm making almost like a half circle with my weights. That is our 6. Open up nice and wide. Pull up for 7. Down through the center. Couple more. That's 8. Keep the tension at the top. Here's your 9. 1 more. Pull it up. Open it up wide. We're gonna hold it right here for 10, 9, 8, 7. Hold it tight. 6. Hold it tight. 5. Final 4. Final 3. This is 2. Last one. You can place those weights down. Thank you so much for coming and working this Pilates and strength class with me today.